Mr. Holster here, just having a little coffee in the tack room this morning. Thought I'd give you a little update. To quote one of my favorite lines of Dom DeLuise's from the movie Cannonball Run 2, I think it was. Stand back, I have radioactive breath. Yeah. Exciting, isn't it? It seems that I wasn't feeling so well. They decided to move my PET scan up from the 17th of December and do it the night before Thanksgiving. As a result, I spent Thanksgiving in the hospital with a do not resuscitate tag on my arm. They thought I was going to stroke out. It was pretty much a guarantee since I had internal bleeding in my brain. Sadly enough, it didn't happen, so I'm unfortunately going to be taking a longer course in departing from this planet, which is probably not a good thing, because it'll probably mean it'll be long, painful, and cost a lot of money. See, I'd think they were just trying to get me to stay alive long enough they could clip me for another $10,000 I don't have on the deductible, since they've taken every penny we have at this point. So they're going to push me over till the first of the year so that we get a new deductible that we can't pay. Yeah, because we don't have another car to sell to pay for it. So that's the good news, is we're going to keep Mr. Holster alive for a few more months. The problem at hand is I seem to have, and nobody would really nail down the quantity, just that there are dozens of tumors in my brain lining the spinal sac, the spinal fluid sac around my brain and down my spine. We haven't even done the MRI to find out what's down on the spine yet. We're still waiting for somebody to set that date up. And they started doing full radiation on the brain. I've had 2 treatments. So I don't know if I look any smarter, but probably not. And we're going to be doing that for 10 days. And the gal said that she had to warn me that it would require me getting cataract surgery in 4 years, which I think is way overly optimistic that I'll ever live that long. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I'll expire as soon as I cross that threshold into next year, and we owe them 10 grand. Yeah, says I. So at any rate, there's the update. Kind of bleak and grim, and doesn't leave much of a future to plan for. So currently, I've been working on trying to sell everything I have, so when we cross that time period of the first of the year, maybe I can beat off the bills for a while. So it's hard to be optimistic and funny when you have to sell everything you have and find home for your animals and everything before you die. I think you could at least enjoy them till the day you die. But no, you have to spend your last living moments trying to clean up the mess, which is not easy, by the way. So I wish I were in a better mood and funnier for you, but it's kind of hard to find anything to laugh at. Other than I'll leave you with the joke that has come to hit home to me as being really true. Is you know the difference between a doctor and God? Well, God doesn't think he's a doctor. Yeah, there you go. And I wish it was a long run. I wish I wouldn't have spent, because I spent the last 2 years, I feel, busting a hump trying to beat this. And what I should have done is I should have just enjoyed myself the last 2 years and gone hell with it. Yeah, because all that time I spent working on that and eating this and eating that, and yeah, it was very time consuming keeping on the schedule and doing everything. And I would have been better off enjoying that last 2 years of my life, says I. So that's a little disappointing. And I'm disappointed that the which I assume was a doctor, the fellow that put the isotope isotopal tracer, whatever it is. The tracer in on the original surgery so they could see what lymph nodes were affected. Put it in the benign mole instead of the malignant mole at the St. Cloud Hospital. That was a real disappointment too, because I would have stood a chance of living if that wouldn't have happened. And I would have stood a chance too if the doctor would have ever examined under my armpits in that 7 months, or given me a PET scan in that 7 months, instead of just one day when they gave me the PET scan, realizing that there was a tumor so big under my right arm that they had to remove all my lymph nodes because the lymph node that the tumor was in had been too small to contain the tumor, and it basically exploded and went everywhere. At that point, I felt like I was a miracle in the last 3 PET scans, having been in remission and clean. But apparently not. So there we go. As they say, you can't have everything. I thought I was going to have another 20 years, but all I'm going to get is whatever I get at this point. I could drop dead tomorrow. On the upside, I had a very attractive nurse in the hospital. There you go, guys. There's the update for Mr. Holster. And I think I'll leave it at that because, yeah, I'm getting tired of telling my story, tell you the truth. Till next time, from Mr. Holster and Jack, go out and stay safe. That's 6 minutes and 43 seconds of your life you'll never, ever, ever get back again. Yeah, and I can tell you, you're going to wish you had it someday.